Hello everybody and welcome to the final class video for Pillars of Eternity. Uh, Pillars of Eternity will be out March 26th. I think that's like a Thursday. And this wraps up a series of videos I wanted to kind of do for kind of my own benefit as well as everyone else's, but just to kind of get a feel for all the classes and learn what they're capable of and what they're not great at maybe. So that leads me to the final class, the Cipher. So the Cipher is kind of like a psionic character, psychic attacks. She uses focus, which is this little glowing purple blue number down here. I have 15 at level 1. To power her attacks. I begin the game with 2 picks. Like a wizard, she picks which one she wants to have access to, and in this case I picked Eye Strike, which hits an area and blinds and dazes, as well as Whispers of Treason, which can charm a target for a few seconds. So I have 15 points of focus. Now how do you get focus back? Well, what's kind of neat about these guys, they have a soul whip. So whatever weapon they're attacking with becomes empowered by a psychic energy that every time they score a hit, they drain energy from the target, and then they get that back as focus to spend on more powers. So let's level up real quick here, and I'll blow through a couple of levels and show you some of those powers. So here's ones I didn't take. You've got antipathetic field, which corrodes, creates a beam between you and your target, and anything, including the target that's in the path of that beam, gets sort of corroded. Now, I've seen a couple abilities that do that sort of thing. It's a neat idea. I worry about the micromanagement in a big fight of trying to draw a line between you and a target, but it shouldn't be that hard. And if you plan for it, it should end up being quite powerful. Unfortunately, for purposes of this demonstration, it's going to be a little bit trickier, so I'm going to just skip some of those. Mind Wave hits a cone and knocks guys prone, which is pretty good. Soul Shock is an area of effect electrical attack that attacks reflex. Briefly I'm sorry. It targets an ally, and then anything around the ally gets nailed. So you can actually target like the party fighter, and then take out the guys fighting him. Tenuous Grasp is pretty good because it frightens and confuses enemies in a 20-meter range. That's pretty excellent. I'm gonna actually take Mind Wave for knocking guys prone. Biting Whip. What's interesting is not only does the Psychic Whip effect trigger when you're in combat, it by itself default does an extra 20% damage with your attacks while draining focus and powering your abilities. This first talent I could pick would actually make that a 40% boost in damage, which strikes me as being pretty good. Psychic Backlash is a once per encounter effect that could stun a target. Draining Whip gives you extra focus on hit, which in my testing I didn't take, and I realize now I wish I had. But Greater Focus is hard to pass up. It just gives you 10 more points of maximum focus, which is just like more things you can actually, more powers you can actually use. So I'm going to take Draining Whip here, and pump, and I'm going to pick level 2 powers. Some of these are neat. Recall Agony is a cool idea. Causes the target to relive trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all over again. So 30% of any damage applied, reapplied over 12 seconds to a target. So if they just took a bunch of damage, you're going to recall Agony and make them take a bunch of damage again. Phantom Foes is a really neat one. Anything in the area of effect is considered flanked because they believe that they're surrounded by guys. So that means, you know, a one-on-one fight with a rogue. The rogue is scoring sneak attacks against an afflicted target because it believes it's flanked. Mental Binding is neat. It can paralyze and stuck guys in an area of effect, which could be really useful. Mind Blades requires 15 focus, but it jumps around and does slashing damage. Co-ops the target's essence, generating a slashing blade of force that attacks them before leaping up to 5 additional targets. That seems kind of neat. Let's grab that. Psycho-Vampiric Shield drains Resolve, the stat, which I can't remember what Resolve does exactly, but losing 10 of any stat's a big deal. And it gives you a bonus of deflection, 10 points. And it says here, versus will plus an accuracy, which I believe it targets the will stat, and it gives you plus 10 accuracy to the attack roll for this effect. So it's a little bit harder to resist. So we'll take that one, and we'll go with athletics and more stealth maybe. And we can pick one more power in the level 2 area. I kind of like this Phantom Foes. And here's where I normally would take weapon focus. I just happened to see that she's got a great sword. I could get 20 more accuracy with the great sword. But man, I really like having plus 10 focus, so we're gonna grab that instead. Alright, so moving along. Level 3 powers. Soul Ignition is pretty awesome. Just does a bunch of burn damage over 10 seconds against the target, and then the causes a soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time, so it burns an area of effect. Puppet Master just dominates a target. That's awesome. Secret Horror frightens and sickens guys. Pain Link mentally links nearby enemies to the target, forcing them to experience a portion of all damage the target suffers. So you Pain Link a fighter, and then everyone who's hitting him is going to take damage back. That's always a good effect for that sort of thing. Ectopsychic Echo, generating a rebounding wave of psychic feedback between the Cipher and an ally that causes crush damage to anything caught between. So that's one of those I was talking about before. Let's take a look at Puppet Master and Soul Ignition. I like those. Okay, and that's all we can do for that. So, a little quick save here. Let's get some armor on her, because in my testing, these are ciphers seem like they're really good behind the scenes buffers who are hopefully not the target of a lot of attacks. So we'll try and keep her a little on the more alive side. Okay, so that's that, and I probably can't enchant this with anything anymore. I can do accurate. Oh, perfect. Well, I'll make up a little bit for not picking the... Okay, now, here we're going to do this. We're going to... She has 35 focus, and most of her abilities cost between 10 and 20. So I can actually do Mind Wave. Actually, no, I can't. But what I can do is open up with Eye Strike. Alright, there we go, and blinded and dazed, and blinded. Okay, now we're going to kick off a Puppet Master. We're going to take this guy here because he's the toughest combatant, as we well know from our experience. We're going to try and charm this guy. And if it doesn't... Nice! Alright, now he's on our side. So I'm down to 5 focus, so I'm going to have to start fighting with my Soul Whip, which is my sword, of course. I just got 13 from that one hit. That was a pretty good deal. What can I do with that? I can Whispers of Treason this guy into fighting on our side for a little bit. Get him. Charm. Nice. Alright, and that worked. Of course, this guy is now no longer on our team. Oh, there we go. Let's get back over here. Oh, I'm gonna go. Here, let's, what can I do here? Not much. That guy's shooting him, though, at least. Okay, now I got enough to do something. Phantom Foes, Mind Blades. We can try Mind Blades out, if we survive. And... Oh, nope, he got me. Shoot. Go get him! Oh, no. Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, in my testing, I had a hard time with this because they have powerful abilities that can only do 1 or 2 before they have to kind of get in a melee and start charging up their focus again. This time, let's start. I wonder what the range is on this. It's 20 meters. It's a big range. Maybe I'm just too close. Hold on, let's try this. And boom, and then we're going to Puppet Master. Target that guy. Perfect. And let's get some built up. Alright, nice. And let's Soul Ignite this guy, which should burn this guy while he's fighting him. Alright, nice. And let's get over here and burn up. Get some soul. There we go. Focus. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Well, okay. Well, we'll try one more time. Yeah, I don't know. I like the abilities. They seem to work really well, too. It's just that and only being able to do a couple is just so different from everybody else. The other classes can seem to kind of, I don't want to say spam, but they can trigger their abilities and do a lot more than a couple at a time. And, you know, I mean, and maybe I just didn't build her up well, but it's not like I gave her low points in Constitution, and I gave her an extra point, actually. Should have maybe put a few more points in there, perhaps. Alright, one last time. Let's try something different. Maybe we'll open up with this. And maybe what we'll do is, do a Mind Blades here next. Oh, that was kind of neat. And then now we will, Whispers of Treason. It's not quite as good as Dominating, but I can actually afford it. Okay, be my friend. There we go. Let's be friends. Okay, and it gives me 8. Let's all target over here. I should really have given her a potion of endurance. Okay, what can I do with 19? Give me Mind Blade again. Okay, I can actually do anything I want now. So let's Puppet Master. Nope, that won't let me do that. Oh, he's still charmed. Here we go. Puppet Master. Get him. Alright, now you go over here. Ah! Oh, I didn't last long. I must have grazed him with it. Shoot, I have no choice but to get into melee with him.
Try something else.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, okay, I got him. Alright. So, there you go. Yeah, as you can see, it didn't work out amazingly well. But she's wearing simple clothing. I didn't realize that. I probably should have given her actual armor. Would probably have helped. What a dumb thing to give her as a default. I didn't even notice that. Any one of these guys could have given her better armor. I mean, the simple clothing is nice because there's no recovery penalties, or attacks and abilities went out faster. But as you can see, not having armor is a kind of a raw deal for anybody in Melee. Okay, so I think that's good enough for her. This class does seem really interesting, and I don't know if I would make one my main character, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to adventuring with one in my party and start playing around with them. Especially with some of the abilities like Eye Strike and being able to treason guys and Phantom Foes and the Soul Ignition, like they seem really powerful. So I think in a party situation, which of course you're going to be in 100% of the time in a standard game, I think the Cipher really shines. Like the Paladin as well. Paladin maybe not a great one-on-one fighter because you know he's a little boring with his abilities, but an amazing contributor in a group. So I think that's going to do it for my videos. Thanks again for watching, and look for more coverage in Pillars of Eternity. I'm very excited about this game, so I plan on having more coverage as the beta expands and grows, and then as the game launches for real at the end of March. So thanks again. Bye-bye.